Welcome to Small Biz Talk with Coach Lou. This is your place to learn, grow, and ask questions as you innovate your business or career. Calling all entrepreneurs to join Coach Lou every week to discuss business in this new and uncharted economic environment. The dynamics of business are changing more rapidly than any time in history. Learn innovative, cutting-edge tools to grow and succeed, not just survive. With no further ado, Coach Lou is live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here is Coach Lou.
And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to your Thursday edition of the Breakthrough with Lou series. This morning, we are talking about, are you missing out in your business? You might be going, oh, here we go, that fear of missing out thing, huh, Coach? That's just always been a thing since you were a child. You didn't want to go to bed because you were afraid you were missing out on something, right? Especially like Christmas Eve or on, holidays or on the night before your birthday, wondering, am I missing out on something? What are you missing out on? In today's business environment, in today's business climate, what is it that you are missing out on? And you might be, well, Coach, here's the deal. There's so much uncertainty. It's election year. We've had so many problems with the political scene in the past couple of years. We've had so much dissension, so much inflation. All this stuff that ends in ION seems to be a problem. The only thing that ends in ION that it doesn't seem like any of us are really doing is taking action. Okay, we have dissension. We have all these other things going on, and you're stalled from taking action. And that is what you're missing out on in your business here, okay, or your career. It's all about action. How many people sit back and go, let's see how this plays out? Well, unfortunately, in the world we live in, things are playing out at a very, very rapid rate in some areas, and in others, it's very slow. This winter season we're in of business is not going by quickly. It's not a fast winter. Just when you seem like you're going to get ahead again, you're going to recover from the excessive push on wages, yet the excessive push on taxation more. Okay, you got wages going up, taxes going up, fuel going up, insurance through the ceiling. You know why insurance is up? Because so much insurance fraud. Everybody's like, that one, I don't know if we can necessarily blame our government, maybe a little bit, because they've created an entitlement mentality. But think about it, folks. Just think about this. Everything's going up in your business, and how much more can you charge your customers? I saw it the other day. It was just amazing to me. Somebody was bashing a pizza place. Okay. Now, pizza's not exactly the food I recommend eating, but it is delicious. But this poor local pizza place raised their prices like $2 a pie, and everybody's like, outraged, go somewhere else, go to the cheaper place. And I'm like, what are you doing to this business? Does anybody realize that the cost of their product has in some cases doubled in a matter of 2 or 3 years? Kudos to the feds right now, and what a great job we're all doing on controlling that. I'm being sarcastic, but the reality is you need to be able to understand that small business won't even be there next month if they don't raise their prices. Well, yeah, I'm finally making it because they raised the minimum wage. If you're living on minimum wage and that's your goal is to get a couple dollars an hour raise of your minimum wage, you're probably not in the right place this morning, okay? You should go hang out with your friends at the coffee shop and buy a $7 coffee and talk about why you're not making it. I've noticed nobody ever complains that Starbucks is $7 for a damn cup of coffee the way I like it. That's why I don't go there. But $7, or I can have my Life Boost way cheaper and way better and have a great coffee. But the reality of it is you can't pay your people more if you don't get more. And see, that's where this type of thing slows an economy. And I'm not saying be unfair with the wages. If you have good workers, pay your people, build your team. That's what we're really going to delve into next week is your team. But, pay your team well. I am not against paying your team well. However, I am against the lowest of the lowest job that, somebody expects $15, $16 an hour to come in and just sweep the floor all day long. That I'm sorry, that's not worth that. And in the same respect, your top performer is worth more than that. Even if it's just a small business and their tasks are not like major, but if you got somebody who's great with the customers and people love them, they're not the same as the person that grunts and pushes the broom and pisses and moans about doing that. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. But in the understanding of the shun, inflation has done a number on the small business. And you're going, oh God, coach, I thought I'm coming here for a positive jolt of, what do we do to get our businesses back on track in a lot of cases? Most people are trying to survive right now in a smaller business rather than going, oh, I'm focusing on my growth. But stop. There's your problem. What? I got to pay the bills. I got to keep this thing alive. Yes. But if you stop focusing on growth, you're going to be in the same boat next year. That's what you're missing out on. There it is. There's the whole show for the morning, guys. What do you think of that? How does that resonate with you? Oh my God. Well, I never looked at it that way. Yeah, if you don't grow, you're out because you've got to outgrow, outperform inflation. Thank you for all the people that have shoved inflation down our throats in the business climate. Now, there are some businesses that are absolutely thriving out there. There are some businesses that thrive because the big brother, buddy, brother-in-law somewhere in an agency pushed something through that made that business thrive more. Okay, but you're not one of them. We're not the people that are, the lucky sperm club or the lucky brother-in-law handing out the contracts, the city contracts, etc. We're the people out here in the front lines making our businesses work and grow by our leadership with ethical growing businesses. Okay, if your business is stalled right now, I have good and bad news for you. I'm going to give you the bad news first. If you don't do something, you're gone. Okay, hang it up. You may as well try to sell out right now and get what you can if you're not going to innovate and grow. The good news is if you innovate and grow in this environment and provide a service, the products that the people need, and you can manage to do it at a price that they go, wow, hey, that's a lot of value for the money. That's the golden sweet spot. Okay. Doesn't mean you're the cheapest. Doesn't mean you're the most expensive. It means that you make the most profit while delivering something that is above average, something that's amazing at a price that's unbelievable. Okay. When you find how to get it into that sweet spot, that is what you're missing out on. That is where your business will explode. Most of the biggest giants over time were founded and created in the winter season of business that we're in right now, or exploded during that time. They may have been in business, but they exploded and grew in the toughest recessions, depressions, and everything else. Some of the biggest giants were born and grew out of that. So what can we learn from this? Of course we can. You can become a self-study on this and go, what did these companies do differently that made them grow when everybody else is shrinking or stopping or ending? Okay. This is what you're missing out on. What is that key innovation? And you're like, that's what we want you to tell us, coach. Well, if we coach one-on-one and you get me in to do some business coaching with you, even if we do it by Skype or Zoom, we don't have to even be in the same country, let alone the same city. However, this is the key right here. This is the key that unlocks it. What is the next innovation to bring in that sweet spot, that Bermuda Triangle of an amazing offer, an amazing product at an unbelievable price with the best service that you can profit like crazy because your business grows. And you know what that's called? That's called win, win, win. Your customer wins. Maybe you have a client on the other end of that and you win. What an amazing solution. See, you can do this, but you're missing out on the focus. Okay. This is what you're missing out on. Are you focusing on how to get through the day and just get through this week and keep the doors open this week? Yeah, well, aren't we all sometimes? All right. That is, you've got to get through this week. You've got to make this week work to be able to have next week and next month. Okay. Because if you have no power on and this, that, and the other, and everything's shut off and you can't do business and you're an internet company and your internet's off, well, then you got a problem. So you got to figure out how to keep that stuff on this week if you're in that boat. Now, you might be in the next boat where you're doing okay, just not as good as you were doing last year, the year before, or year before that. And then there was, hey, we had some good times before that. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Back before 2020, hey, business was rocking, guys. I'm sorry. I know, whatever, everybody's got their own little side of the political post, but our political landscape right now sucks. I don't care what you blame that on. That's up to you, whether you blame it on our current lack of a president or the president that was in there and making some random moves that didn't exactly support small business, or you want to blame the one guy before. I mean, if you really think you want to go back to pre-2020 and say that things were bad back then, I mean, you can hallucinate that. But I'm not here to talk politics this morning. What I'm here to talk is that the landscape has changed. You need to change your approach. You need to work on your company again. And I know you'll hear Tony Robbins and, Elon and a lot of other people. And well, Elon, not so much. He still works in this business, but tell you to work on your business only. Don't work in your business. Okay. Well, there's two sides to that coin. I agree with you can't spend your entire day doing your day-to-day stuff and still grow. Okay, you can't be the janitor, the salesperson, the receptionist, this, that, and the other all in one without a team and do it all yourself and expect to grow your business. You're burned out by the time you're ready to focus on your growth. However, in most cases, you are a big reason that your customers do business with you. You do have to be visible. You do have to reach out. Now, it doesn't mean you got to be sitting at your own front desk, but it does mean that you get in there once in a while and you shake hands with your customers. You thank them, or you get on a video. You send them a video to the email. What? You don't have an email list? Well, I'm not in that kind of business, coach. I'm not in the internet business. I don't care. You better have an email list no matter what business you're in. Reach out to your customers. Teach them something new. Share something with them. Remind them that you love them on their birthdays, whatever the case is, but you better have a list. You better have a phone list. You don't see somebody for a while. You don't call them up and go, hey, this is Joe from Joe's Carpet Shack. I haven't seen you in a while. Have we done something wrong? Oh, you ask that question, probably you're going to get an answer. Hey, this is Joe. I hadn't seen you. I'm a little worried about you. You doing okay? Is everything okay? Anything, And sometimes people go, I've been thinking of you, and we got that spot on the carpet, and I really need to do something about it. But things have been tough and busy, and but I'm glad you called because we really need to get that done because the mother-in-law is coming, and that's the first thing she's going to see and go, why is there a spot on the floor? I don't know. That's a funny little scenario for you, but you get my point, okay? Communication, work on your business, grow your business, but be in your business once in a while. I'm not saying, you're the one sweeping the floor every day, but you know what? If the floor sweeper doesn't show up, you get in, you sweep the floor so your customers don't come in and go, God, this place is going to hell. Huh? What do you think? Okay. Whoa. Pretty cool take on this. Okay, there always isn't just one single answer. When you have only one option, you have no option. Okay, there is no option. There's no choice. One option is not an option, even though the word option's in there. There's no option. Okay. Two, you have a dilemma. It's either this or this. That's it. There is no, you have a dilemma, one or the other. Maybe neither one works. Maybe neither one is good. maybe neither one is great. When you have 3 or more choices, you have, sorry guys, a little bit of dry eye this morning. I just caught that on the studio monitor. I'm like, oh, that looked like I was like, that was not an attractive look. Hopefully we can edit that out. No, you know what? We're live and raw and real here. But my whole point to that is you got to have 3 or more options before you have any real choice. Oh, what if you approached everything like that? Hey, we've got 3 options we can choose from here. Which is the best? Not, well, I got to make a choice, one or the other, or I have no choice. Oh my God, I hate hearing that come out of anybody's mouth. I got no choice. We have no choice. We have no choice. BS. You always have choice. You always have options. You just got to dig a little deeper and you get a little more involved in it. Okay. So think about that. Put these things to work for you guys. This is a real little bit of a preliminary in the show here. Over the next few months, we're really going to work on this because we could have some turbulent times over the next few months. Let's face it, this is going to be turbulent no matter what happens. We can pray for the best outcome, work on the best outcome. While you're doing it, though, God always tells you, I always tell you, anybody tells you, you can pray about it and might look for your guidance, or you can put it out to your universe if that's how you say it or whatever. I offer you no judgment on that. But you got to do your part. You got to take your action too. Okay. You see, I think it goes in order. You pray or put it out there, however you call it. You get some intuition back as your answer. Your answer comes through some intuition. Then you got to take action. Think of it like a parent and a child. Okay. God, your universe, however you call your creator, being the parent and you being the child. Okay. Who are you going to reward? The kid that's always like, gimme, 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 and has got the filthy, dirty room and, throws temper tantrums if he or she doesn't get their way? Or are you going to reward the one that, takes action? Might not be perfect, might not always be the right action, but that you can say, you know what, they're trying, they're doing it, they're doing it. While the other one, you got to scream at them to get up for school, you got to scream at them to clean their room, you got to scream at them to eat their vegetables. You're not going to reward that child with as much and go, oh, here, and some do, and that's where a big problem in our world has come from. Oh, you're the lazy one? Here, you can have an Xbox 5. You're the hardworking, go-getting kid? Well, you're going to have to take your brother's hand-me-down Xbox 3. Why? Why? It should be the other way around. The lazy one gets the used, broken down. The go-getter, the one that puts in an effort, is the one that gets the best. That's the way your business will be if you go in with that kind of attitude. You are due nothing by existing. Okay, your pure existence. If you exist and you go, gimme, 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 let me tell you, you just be eliminated. You're going to be passed over. You're going to be, you're never going to be, you can play the system all you want. That's a useless human being that's gimme, 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 grab off what you can get. The person that puts in the effort, that shares and creates and makes something better for others too, is the person that's going to get all the rewards. So that's the difference between a free nation where you are not limited and socialism where the lazy are rewarded the same as the ones who put in an effort. If you're going out there and you're doing great things for your customers, your clients, your world, your community, my God, you should be rewarded. And this has always bugged me with pastors. People are like, oh, the pastor's got an awfully nice car. If they're doing great things in their community, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, if they're stealing from a fund that should have gone to hungry children, that's a different story. But why shouldn't the pastor have a nice home or a nice that? Or why shouldn't the boss have a nice car or something like that? The boss might be putting in 90 hours behind the scenes and has built this thing and created it, where the janitor shouldn't drive the same car as the boss, because the janitor comes in and washes the floor and goes home and doesn't give a rat's butt about the business. It doesn't mean you're bad if you're a janitor. But you got to have some aspiration past that. You might be the best janitor in the world. And, somebody goes, well, my God, he earns $5 an hour more than any other janitor I've ever seen, but you're the best. Hey, that's what I'm talking about here. I'm not saying you're bad if you work for a living or you work for somebody, but still be your best. And if you're not, if you're just slugging along on the coattails of the rest of your team, you don't deserve what the people that are working harder get. Okay. It's the same way with business, and it's not only about working hard, but working smart and innovating. But if you don't put in the innovation and the creation, it doesn't mean that you're the guy carrying the sack of flour off the truck and baking the pizza yourself. If you own a pizzeria, you might be the guy in the office creating the marketing and that you're the boss. But I'll bet if you're a real business person, that if for some reason the guy goes home sick that carries the flour from the truck to the kitchen, that you're going to run out there and carry the flour from the truck to the kitchen so your staff can work. Okay? You see where I'm going with this. But my point to this is no matter where you're at, whether you're a janitor or a CEO, are you being the best? Are you doing the best? Are you taking the best action? Are you the outstanding janitor or the outstanding CEO? On both ends of that, you're going to be at the higher level of success that you deserve, no matter whether you are doing the lowest job in the company or the highest job. Okay? And some people go in with the attitude, well, I'm just a janitor. Why should I care? Well, then you'll always be the janitor. All right. We've all seen stories where the janitor ends up being a CEO of a company because they just came in with hunger and drive and didn't feel it was below them to do that job when they needed it the most, but also realized this is not where I want to stay. Do you see where I'm going with this? Sometimes people are like, oh, you can sound a little judgy. No, I tell the truth. Okay. If you put in the outstanding effort, you're going to be the best in your class. And that's what you're after. And it's not really about competing so much with others, but isn't it really about competing with your best of yesterday? Isn't it better? Isn't it about being the best business to go to? When you come into my business, I want you to know you're in the best place for you. When you choose me to be a coach, if you're going to have me do some coaching with you, I want you to know that I'm the best, just the affordable. Now, granted, I do make my coaching rates very affordable compared to some other people of equal quality, because I want to be able to help you, the small business person. You're probably not the major, huge CEO of something like IBM really watching the show, although there's something for you, the same as there is something for the janitor here. My point to it is you're probably a small business and you maybe can't do 10 or 20 grand a year to do a coach right now, but you can do some affordable coaching. Well, that's where I fit into the picture, because then you go to the next level and you get there. But that's the whole key to it, is being able to serve your clients at the best, but also, I'm not going to be, you're getting a coach for $10 a month person. That ain't happening. Now, if you join Inner Circle with me, my Inner Circle program, that for like $20 a month, you get that live event each month, that live meeting that we do and all kinds of trainings. That's worth it, but that's one to many. It's not me and you sitting down and designing and creating your future and your business together individually, one-on-one. But that is definitely a good option for those that go, I'm really struggling in my business right now and I got to get it going. I need help, but I can't quite do the one-on-one thing. There's always options. See, there's options. That's what I'm talking about. When you have choices and options, you can make the best one. There's not always one only that's going to be the best or one perfect one. But when you have 3 or more options, there's always one that's better than the others. So in the meantime, guys, I encourage you to live with faith, energy, passion, always live your dreams, give your all to your businesses out there because you deserve it. And you know what? I want to remind you that you are an amazing business person or an amazing employee today. Go out and behave like it. Don't play victim. Step up, pull the business up by the bootstraps if it's running tough right now. And if it's doing good, take it to the next level, because in the winter season is always the time to do the best. When you can make it through this, when you can grow during this, imagine what happens when things are good. All right, guys, have an amazing day. Go get it. Let me know what you think of the show, and I'll see you next week.
Ready to take it to the next level? Tune in to XLR8Life.com for our live shows, encore presentations, life-changing courses, and live coaching with Coach Lou himself. As Coach Lou always says, live with faith, energy, love, passion, and always live your dream.